Steel University, the NXT Universe is ready for another scintillating 60 minutes of NXT action. Mauro Ranallo alongside Nigel McGuinness and Percy Watson, and the NXT Universe still in a state of shock after the most dominant champion in NXT history, Asuka, relinquished the title last week.
I can't believe the Empress tomorrow will leave NXT undefeated.
Unbelievable, over 500 days undefeated. She's gonna just hang it up like that?
Well, the question is now what's going to happen to the vacated NXT Women's Championship?
And another question, what's going to happen to the WWE United Kingdom Championship as Pete Dunne defends his title here tonight against Wolfgang in our main event?
The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Sydney, Australia, Billie Kay and Peyton Royce.
The iconic duo set for tag team action.
Say it right, Mauro, the most iconic duo in NXT history.
And it was 2 weeks ago on NXT that Ruby Riot was yet another victim of the numbers game, when during a one-on-one match against Peyton Royce, Billie Kay delivered her vicious shades of K to the face of Riot, allowing Royce to execute a picture-perfect fisherman suplex for the victory. Now, following her defeat, our Performance Center cameras picked up this interaction between Ruby Riot and NXT General Manager William Regal.
With all due respect, I need a handicap match with Billie and Peyton. Not just Billie, not just Peyton, because you and I both know that the other one's gonna get involved no matter what. Sir, I need to shut them up for good.
Ruby, in all good conscience, I can't give you a handicap match. But what I can do for you is put you in a tag match. So you find a partner and you can face Billie and Peyton.
Call it whatever you want. As long as I'm standing across the ring from them, I'll be there.
Well, Ruby Riot got what she was looking for from Mr. Regal, but we'll see if she's bitten off more than she can chew.
Of course, I said it's a tag team match. It may not, in fact, be one, because remember, Ruby Riot didn't want a partner. She wants to settle the score with the NXT Mean Girls all by herself.
That's right, she don't need no backup. She wants them all alone, like you said, Mauro.
And from Lafayette, Indiana, Ruby Riot.
Ruby Riot always sporting the game face, ready for action, ready to take on both Peyton Royce and Billie Kay, riding solo here on NXT.
There's no question, Ruby Riot is tough as they come. Got to admire her guts for coming out and taking this match up 2-on-1, but how smart of a decision is it? And let's remember before, Riot came up short against Royce when Kay was at ringside. How's she going to fare when Kay's on the apron in a tag match?
Flip side of that is she defeated Billie Kay. And so it is going to be Ruby Riot against the iconic duo, and Billie Kay gets things started. Single leg takedown and ground and pound from Riot early.
Oh, Royce
yeah.
Another one.
Well, it's been contested under tag team rules because the iconic duo are supposed to tag each other in and out.
Oh.
But right now a double team, and what a forearm across the face of Riot by Kay.
There's a tag. In comes the Venus flytrap. Ready to close. Ooh.
Mocking Ruby Riot for not having a partner, asking, where's your partner? It's Ruby Riot on her own. Oh, Nikki Cross, Sanity's here at ringside. Meanwhile, Billie Kay bringing the fight to Ruby Riot in the corner.
I don't think anybody can answer that question, Percy. I don't think she knows what she's doing.
Skulking around ringside is what Nikki Cross is doing. Meanwhile, in the ring, we have Peyton Royce trash-talking and mauling Ruby Riot. Oh! Back elbow by Riot on Royce.
To that great innovation.
Much respect to Ruby Riot for taking this match on. But I mean, she's getting the short end of the stick right now.
Peyton Royce using the ropes to her advantage.
I hate to say it, Percy, but it really is Ruby Riot's fault. She signed on the dotted line and took the match.
Now the numbers game, the iconic duo. Double team on Riot. Oh! Face first goes Riot. Kay with the cover. She's a legal person in the match. Meanwhile, Nikki Cross just taking it all in. Of course, with Asuka vacating the NXT Women's title, all of the women superstars jockeying for position. Oh! Malfunction at the junction for the iconic duo. And Ruby Riot, though.
This is Ruby's chance right here.
Oh! Kay missing with the elbow drop. Again, Ruby Riot on her own. Or is she?
What's Cross gonna do?
Nikki Cross just tagged herself in.
Is that legal?
It's a tag team match. Oh, Insanity's Nikki Cross going to town on the iconic duo.
Wow.
Press.
Oh my.
I guess she's in the match.
Oh, running cross body.
I can't believe what I'm seeing right now.
I tell you one thing, the referee's certainly not going to be able to throw her out.
Would you ever think Nikki Cross would side with Ruby Riot? What?
Ruby Riot trying to figure out what's going on as well.
Oh!
Swinging fisherman's neckbreaker by Nikki Cross. So Ruby Riot wondering, is Nikki Cross suddenly her tag team partner?
Obviously she is. She just tagged back in Riot.
But she's also leaving the premises. So Nikki Cross making her presence known. Riot from the top turnbuckle.
Whoa!
Diving senton. The cover. And Ruby Riot wins.
Here's your winner, Ruby Riot.
So it's Ruby Riot and I guess Nikki Cross victorious, right guys?
I'm still scratching my head. You can see the expression on Ruby Riot's face. She's just as confused as we are.
Riot shocked, confused, has no idea why Nikki Cross came to her aid. Not sure I do either, but let's take a look at how this went down. Here it was, on the corner, Cross tags herself in and goes to town on the most iconic duo in NXT history. Kay down, Royce down. And then finally, swinging fisherman neckbreaker gave the opportunity to Riot. Look at the height that she gets and the impact with that back senton, driving all the wind out of Kay's lungs and getting the 3 count.
I mean, either way you look at it, that's a huge win for Ruby Riot.
Yep. Riot gets revenge here this week, no doubt about it. But give the assist to the unstable Scot, Nikki Cross. It's hard to know what's going on in Cross's mind, but one thing I do know is that help came with a receipt.
And speaking of receipts, Johnny Gargano will be looking for a receipt of his own against Riddick Moss and Tino Sabatelli later tonight after this altercation at the Performance Center last week.
Johnny Gargano.
What's up, my man?
What's up, man? How you doing? You're looking good. I haven't seen you since our last match at Full Sail when we essentially broke DIY up.
We did. Oh,
sorry about that.
Listen, we saw your match in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
We're just trying to help you out, man. I don't know if you're gonna cut as a singles competitor, so our advice: go find another tag partner, man.
I appreciate
out.
I appreciate that. You guys saw my takeover match?
Yeah.
From your couch? That's cool. Look, here's what we can do. Next week, one of you guys can get in the ring with me, and we'll see what happens.
One of us? Read him out.
And Johnny Gargano will indeed challenge Riddick Moss as Johnny Wrestling looks to continue his path to redemption here tonight. But with Tino Sabbatelli at ringside with Moss, can Gargano overcome the odds, or will the ghost of his past haunt him yet again? Don't go anywhere. That match is next.
I'm Crazy Kelsey. I am the Green Machine. Superman Jimmy, the Destroyer.
I am Lance, the Tumornator.
I'm a WWE superstar. Hiya! Jimmy, Green Machine.
How'd you come up with the name The Destroyer?
Because I destroy cancer.
When I put this outfit on, I feel unlimited power.
I'm the Queen. Hiya! I'm the Phenomenal One.
And together we can all kick cancer's butt.
1, 2, 3, Jimmy wins!
Welcome back to NXT. September is Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month, and we are so proud to continue our support of Connor's Cure and raise money to fund pediatric cancer research. All month long, WWE superstars will be wearing pieces from the new Connor's Cure collection on WWEshop.com, including an exclusive line of shirts and sweatshirts, pins, and of course, the item that started it all, the Connor's Cure bracelet. Support tomorrow's superstars. Purchase your Connor's Cure merchandise today at WWEshop.com.
No way, Jose. Can I get a comment from you on the issues you've been having with Lars Sullivan the last few weeks?
Yeah, Lars Sullivan. He's an animal, a monster, a freak, which may be compliments to him. 3 weeks ago, Brooklyn. I'm out there having a good time with the crowd. Conga line for the masses, for the world to see. What does he do? Attacks me before our match. Last week, very impressive, 3-on-1. He single-handedly defeated all those guys. But what does he do? Attacks them after the match. Look, this guy has a screw loose. This guy's a little bit crazy. It's not how we do things here in NXT. Somebody has to teach him a lesson. I want to be that guy. So, No Way Jose is officially challenging Lars Sullivan to a match next week.
Wow, No Way Jose has laid down the challenge to Lars Sullivan for next week. But right now, it's time for Johnny Wrestling.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Cleveland, Ohio, weighing in at 199 pounds, Johnny Gargano!
Johnny Wrestling, unfortunately, came up short against Andrade Cien Almas at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3, but he looks to rebound in a successful match here tonight.
Yeah, that's a guy, it doesn't matter. I mean, he did take that loss, but he's beyond it now. He's put it behind him, ready to move forward.
Johnny Gargano still stinging for what transpired in the breakup of his partnership, and yes, coming up on the short end of that match against Andrade Cien Almas, but his heart remains in the right place and always embodies the Bushido spirit.
Accompanied to the ring by his tag team partner, Tino Sabbatelli, from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing 262 pounds, Riddick Moss!
Riddick Moss University, Minnesota linebacker, had a little stint with the Miami Dolphins. Then thinks he's a gift to the NXT universe. He believes that he doesn't need the experience to be as good as Johnny Wrestling.
Well, Percy, you have a football background yourself. What's it like to make that transition from football to sports entertainment?
It's incredibly hard, but each person is different. I've seen this guy. I've watched him practice. He's got great footwork. He's incredibly talented. But like I said before, he's inexperienced. He needs more time to develop.
Well, it'll be a good test for him today against Johnny Wrestling.
Matchup stems from what transpired at the WWE Performance Center last week. Sabatelli and Moss having less than favorable things to say about Johnny Gargano, and Gargano will face Moss now in one-on-one competition. Of course, Moss with a distinct size and strength advantage, but you can never discount the heart and the skills of Johnny Gargano.
A lot of times technique can beat out power and strength. We saw it time and time again with Hoist Gracie.
And there's the deft technique of Gargano on display, but there's the power of Moss lifting up Johnny Wrestling, but Gargano with that vice-like grip on the side headlock. Oh, and the shoulder block by Riddick Moss.
It was never going to end well for Gargano.
Oh. Thunderous body slam by Moss, who would love to make an example of Johnny Gargano. And there's a big heel throw by Moss, who's just tossing Johnny Gargano all over the ring.
He does seem to be doing rather well with Gargano at this point. Let's remember, normally when we see Riddick Moss in the ring, it's in a tag team encounter.
Tip up by Gargano. We're going to reinvent himself as a single superstar. Oh!
Just getting ready to say, keep in mind, Johnny's still getting used to the singles competition.
Fireman's carry by Moss. Gargano escapes, comes off the ropes, ducks under the clothesline. Oh, but eats that back elbow. And Riddick Moss mauling Johnny Gargano in the early going.
Of course, this is a huge opportunity for Riddick Moss. If he can knock off a former NXT Tag Team Champion, that is going to speak very well for future opportunities for him.
Yeah, Mott's a former University of Minnesota Gophers linebacker, of course, another University of Minnesota alum, none other than Universal Champion Brock Lesnar. And Moss, with very impressive physical attributes. Can Johnny Gargano get back into this match?
I was very angry, very bitter.
When you see someone hell-bent on self-destruction and there's nothing you can do.
I didn't want to get help. I lashed out at Vince, lashed out at the company.
It was heartbreaking.
And I left.
Then I said goodbye.
The former Olympic gold medalist.
Kurt was born to do this.
The WWE gave him an opportunity to be something even bigger than an Olympic hero, as crazy as that sounds.
I learned from the best. It was like it caught fire, and the fire was never gonna go out. That's when I started using the painkillers.
There is no, I'm hurt, I'm messed up. He just keeps pushing.
Turn those off for a second.
Just saying, let's go as long as you can go, till you can't go anymore.
From that moment, when he puts his mind to something, he can accomplish anything.
It's great to be back home.
I have a company that I can be a part of for the rest of my life. I haven't seen him in 11 years. It depends on the choices I make.
abdominal stretch being employed by Riddick Moss on Johnny Gargano, and the size, the strength, fully on display for Moss in this matchup.
Look at all the pressure put in the stretch put on the shoulder of Johnny Gargano right now.
Gargano's been behind the proverbial 8-ball on myriad occasions. In tough against Riddick Moss tonight, Nigel.
And you gotta think, I wonder, I ask myself this question, I wonder where Johnny Gargano's head is at right now. After what went down in Brooklyn, the DIY t-shirt being thrown at him.
It's a great point, Percy. I think his mind might be elsewhere, because we haven't seen any of the innovation that we're used to seeing from Johnny Wrestling. Riddick Moss even begging him to come on, bring us some more.
Yeah, right now we're seeing a one-sided drubbing on the part of Riddick Moss, who is, of course, getting moral support at ringside from his partner, Tino Sabatelli. But Johnny Gargano's going to have to dig down deep as Moss wanting to just dig a mud hole through his body with those kicks.
He looks groggy, doesn't he? Maybe he got caught with something early on that stunned him. He doesn't know where he is.
And back to what you were saying earlier, Mauro, Riddick and Sabatelli were saying some unfavorable things about Johnny Gargano. They called him the weak link of DIY. Do you think that could possibly be getting into his mind right now?
No frustration, pain. He has to come up with a plan B. How does he offset the size discrepancy, Nigel?
As I mentioned before, it really has to be technique.
You're nothing without DIY.
Oh! How about that?
And the southpaw Gargano with those vicious forearms to the throat and the jaw. Gargano now trying to knock Moss off his feet. Moss shoulder first into the turnbuckle.
Here we go!
And a seated roundhouse kick by Gargano.
Moss is in trouble now.
Moss sent over the top rope with the clothesline. Johnny Wrestling firing up the NXT universe. Baseball slide drop kick there by Gargano. But now his attention being diverted by Sabatelli momentarily.
He's got more in mind.
Oh!
This is the Gargano I know. He doesn't care about size. In his mind, the bigger they come, the harder they fall.
Perhaps he was doing rope-a-dope, letting Moss tire himself out, and now he has the advantage. He's going to push it. Wait a second.
He had the advantage. Sabatelli again distracting Johnny Gargano, allowing Moss to go on the attack one more time.
Whoa!
Gargano looking for the Gargano escape. He has it cinched in.
Moss got a tap. Oh,
Oh!
Oh!
And he able to make the bottom rope. He has until the count of 5. Otherwise,
look at Johnny's
disqualification.
He can't believe what he just saw. Keep in mind, this would normally submit. Any other opponent would have to tap out.
Yeah, Moss escaped. The Gargano escape.
Something is wrong with Johnny Gargano.
You wonder if
He's questioning himself.
Yes, confidence. Oh, Moss just ran him over with that clothesline. Fall away slam by Riddick Moss. And that Gargano desperately trying to get back to his feet, but he is not himself.
I'm almost stunned.
Oh, Gargano escaped. Attack by Sabatelli. Slingshot spear by Gargano. Maybe a little possum leading to the victory. And from the jaws of defeat, Johnny Wrestling snatches victory one more time here on NXT.
Took him a second to get his mind right, but nonetheless, victorious tonight.
It is a victory for Johnny Wrestling. Let's take a look at how he did it. Here, right in the center. Had that Gargano escape, but Moss finally make the top bottom rope. Could not believe it. And and finally down the wire. Managed to avoid Sabatelli there. Light bulb went on. Slingshot spear, and that was enough. Driving pinfall attempt to get the 3 count. It's a big victory for Gargano, but not an easy one. Is Moss underrated, or is there still something troubling Johnny Gargano from the past?
So Johnny Gargano with a big win here tonight against Riddick Moss, but it doesn't get much bigger than our main event. The United Kingdom Championship will be on the line once again as the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne defends his title against the last King of Scotland, Wolfgang. The United Kingdom Championship confrontation comes your way later tonight on NXT.
You see who it is? You hear that music? It's time for the boys from Street Profits, okay?
I stay 100, I keep it homegrown. I live for the applause, and all the people know. I bring the swag like nobody can. Don't mean to brag, what about it, yeah? What about it, yeah? I bring the swag like nobody can. It's in the bag, man, I got it, yeah. I got it.
Find what fits you at WWEshop.com.
Welcome back to Full Sail University, and tonight, NXT is brought to you by Mountain Dew and Little Caesars. Make it a 3-count combo today by adding a Mountain Dew and a crazy combo to any pizza. Do the do.
Okay! Let the show begin. That's what I'm talking about. Stir it up. You feeling this, Nigel?
Oh,
I see you smiling over there, man.
I'm feeling it.
Check out them kicks, though. Check out them shoes.
The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Making their way to the ring at a combined weight of 492 pounds. Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, the Street Profits.
Big Ballers, the Swagalicious Street Profits set for tag team action.
How much would a pair of those shoes cost?
You know what, Nigel? If I had to guess, I would have to say at least $400 or $500 a pair.
Montez Ford.
Look at that, look at that. Go get it. Nigel, you would break your hip and your shoulders if you tried to move like that, wouldn't you?
Dare say you're right.
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 520 pounds, Gabriel and Uriel, the Ealy brothers.
Plus, they're the Usos and the Bellas, successful twins, and here come the Ealy brothers. Gabriel with the tattoo on his right arm, and Uriel the tattoo on his left arm.
These two guys you can't sleep on right here, man. They are a little bit inexperienced, but they face some of the best tag teams in NXT. Authors of Pain, Sanity, they came up a little bit short, but I tell you what I like about them is they will bring the fight to whoever they're in the ring with. They won't wait, they won't hesitate. I like that.
Ealy to bed, Ealy to rise.
They say everything they do with prestige. Well, they would love an opportunity to win the prestigious NXT Tag Team titles, but they face a tough task in the upstart Street Profits. It'll be Angelo Dawkins against Uriel Ealy.
See if we get a clean break here. So, Percy, what is Street Profits? What's that all about?
What you mean, man? It's easy. Well, I'll explain it to you. These guys are both well-educated and very knowledgeable men, but they feel like what they've learned, their biggest strength of what they picked up from in the streets. Dawkins being from Cincinnati, Ohio. Montez Ford being from Chicago.
Oh, what's that?
Look at this, look at this. Dawkins don't like that.
Oh! Right hand to the jaw by Dawkins.
Now that's something you learn in the street, now. If somebody mess with you, somebody take your stuff, punch him in the jaw.
Tag made, in comes Montez Ford. Basement dropkick splash, tandem offense. Gabriel Ealy set up. Dawkins leaps on his partner and drops the weight.
Trying it for again, perhaps.
Round two.
The first time was so nice. Street Profits are gonna do it twice.
Oh. What does that mean?
It's a secret handshake, man. It's a secret for a reason.
Looks like
How old are
oh,
they?
Jake. I think the twins just switched places.
Oh, that's what the handshake got them. What a smart strategy that was. Did they learn that on the street?
That's Gabriel Ealy now making the tag to his twin brother Uriel.
Goodness.
And Ford in hostile territory. Oh! Shoulder driven right into the midsection of Ford, driving the air out of his lungs, and he's taken a knee momentarily. Uriel Ealy drives Ford into the corner, but Ford avoids that splash. And will that give him enough time to make the tag? It does. Both teams bring in a new man.
Here we go, Dawkins.
Dawkins with a dynamic drop kick. Oh! Runs right over Ealy with the elbow. And the Street Profits in control. Oh! Corkscrew splash and another 360 splash by Dawkins. Pop-up spine buster.
Showtime.
Oh! Splash by Montez Ford. That's all she wrote for the Ealy brothers.
Here we are, the Street Profits.
So the Street Profits soar to another impressive win.
Let's take a look at how this match went down. It would be the Profits taking the advantage down the track. Spinning Stinger splash in the corner, knocking all the wings out. And look at this, such a big man up and down. And then finally, the frog splash with all that momentum.
Look at that.
Perfect precision and a deep pinfall to guarantee the 3 count. Oh, the NXT universe love these guys. Maybe they want some happiness too.
Street Profits is all about opportunities here in NXT, and these guys just cashed in on a big one here tonight. Fellas, I'm telling you, the Street Profits are on the rise. That was a huge win for the boys against the Ealy Bros tonight. I'm telling you.
Street Profits on the rise, but NXT was treated to a superstar from the land of the rising sun. And last week, we witnessed one of the most emotional farewells in NXT history.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege to introduce to you the NXT Women's Champion, Asuka.
I'm happy to be here in NXT!
There was hype. There was a girl who was just brutal and unforgiving, and she enjoyed it.
Asuka is probably the scariest superstar in the entire roster to me. She is sweet and quiet, but when she gets going in the ring, man, she's unstoppable.
Asuka is very unpredictable. She moves so quickly in the ring, so fast. There's no real way to prepare for that.
Here is your winner and new NXT Women's Champion, Asuka!
I'd keep the title forever.
Is there anything quite as terrifying as watching the NXT Women's Champion dance her way to the ring, the strut with the mask and the whole aura that Asuka portrays?
She's just this incredible dominant force in the women's division, and she does it all with a smile on her face. Did you see that?
Who can beat Asuka? Boots run through everyone.
It's mine.
What a dominant reign it has been for the Empress of Tomorrow.
The moon never shines brighter than the sun. Of course, the sun is me.
I have been in NXT for almost 2 years.
Asuka was so like fierce and badass, and she just walks out and she's just like gonna kick everyone's butt. She just has like that vibe about her.
What she has conquered in NXT is unbelievable. I know she just passed Goldberg in the undefeated streak.
In the grips of the Asuka lock, the record reign continues.
She's carrying the women's division right now, and it's unbelievable to watch her. And NXT should be really thankful to have her.
I love NXT. I have fought so many great superstars.
I was just in awe. Just everything she did was so crisp and had meaning, and she meant it. She's so passionate.
Dominating, fearsome, an absolutely incredible champion.
I can honestly say that you are one of the greatest champions in WWE history.
No question about it. An icon in her own time.
We have never seen anything like Asuka.
Nobody is ready for Asuka.
The undefeated 523-day reigning NXT Women's Champion.
There will only ever be one Empress of Tomorrow. No one will ever be ready.
The Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka!
Mr. Regal, as we saw last week, Asuka stepped down as the NXT Women's Champion. Are there plans in place for the future of the NXT Women's Championship?
I have a lot of things to think about and to mull over, but I fully intend in the next few weeks to let you know how exactly there will be a new NXT Women's Champion.
While the fate of the NXT Women's Championship is yet to be determined, it was 3 weeks ago in an incredible tag team match. Pete Dunne and Wolfgang would form an unlikely pairing against the proprietors of Mustache Mountain, Tyler Bate and Trent Seven. As Bate hit his patented Tyler Driver 97, the former United Kingdom champion missed the blind tag by Wolfgang, falling victim to a beautiful senton splash as Wolfgang picked up the victory for his team. But the intentions of the last King of Scotland have been made perfectly clear, as Wolfgang has his sights set on Pete Dunne's coveted United Kingdom Championship. When we come back, the Bruiserweight will be forced to answer the call as Pete Dunne defends the United Kingdom title against Wolfgang in our main event.
I'm not gonna back down from anybody. I worked too hard to let this slip through my hands. I'm in the ring to bring total destruction.
They're gonna know that's a legitimate badass in there.
I'm gonna go in full force.
And I'm gonna rip them apart.
Well, it has been a horrific few weeks as it relates to natural disasters here in the United States. The wildfires out west, and of course, the hurricanes in the south. For the first time in history, 2 Category 4 hurricanes made landfall in this country in the same year. And we here at WWE would like to offer our thoughts and prayers to everyone affected by these awful events, including Hurricane Irma here in Florida and the southeastern part of the United States, and Hurricane Harvey in Texas and southwestern Louisiana. Neighbors are helping neighbors and pulling together to get back on their feet, but they could use your help. If you would like to donate, log on to redcross.org or call 1-800-RED-CROSS and make your donation. We appreciate the help.
Well, we've just received word that next week we will hear from Aleister Black as the bellicose brawler addresses the NXT universe for the first time ever. But right now, it's main event time here on NXT as our broadcast colleague, Christy St. Cloud, is standing by with the last King of Scotland as Wolfgang prepares for the biggest opportunity of his career.
Wolfgang, you're just moments away from your first opportunity at the WWE UK Championship. What's your mindset?
I have never been more ready for a match in my entire life. I just pinned the former WWE United Kingdom champion Tyler Bate. And tonight, the last King of Scotland will walk away with that UK title as my crown.
Only fitting that Wolfgang would signal his entrance with a howl as the WWE United Kingdom Championship up for grabs. Wolfgang and the United Kingdom champion Pete Dunne were victorious over Tyler Bate and Trent Seven in a recent tag team match in NXT. But Wolfgang made it clear, Nigel, he wanted an opportunity at the belt.
Absolutely, he's told Pete Dunne if he could beat him, he wanted that title opportunity. Now that he has it, what does he do with it? The last King of Scotland. He looks confident, he looks poised, but the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne looks as strong as I've ever seen him.
Pete Dunne, you are just about to defend your WWE UK Championship against the formidable Wolfgang. Can I get your thoughts?
Dunn can do it all, the UK champion. They call him the Bruiserweight for good reason.
Just 23 years of age, but he's already been in the job over a decade. Muscular, sinewy, and tough as nails. This man you do not want to meet on a dark rail.
And the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne been defending the United Kingdom Championship all over the globe. An instant classic with Tyler Bate, and now Dunne defending the United Kingdom Championship on NXT versus Wolfgang.
The following contest scheduled for one fall is for the WWE United Kingdom Championship. Introducing the challenger from Glasgow, Scotland, weighing 255 pounds, Wolfgang! And his opponent from Birmingham, England, weighing 205 pounds, he is the WWE United Kingdom Champion, the Bruiserweight, Pete Dunne!
WWE United Kingdom Championship hangs in the balance. The Bruiserweight Pete Dunne defend the title against Wolfgang, and we have seen a proliferation of new generation talent from the United Kingdom. Nigel, what do you attribute that to?
Well, it's just the next generation has come through. The generation that grew up on the Attitude Era now have become adults. They've become men.
And of course, the United Kingdom with a storied history in sports entertainment. Look no further than the likes of the British Bulldog, the Dynamite Kid, William Regal, Fit Finlay, Dave Taylor, and so many others, including yourself, Nigel McGuinness.
William Regal actually compared Pete Dunne to a young Fit Finlay, which is as high an accolade as I could bestow on anyone. Look at the way he manipulates the joints of Wolfgang. Slapping at those arms, just trying to extend those fingers. Oh!
Yeah, Dunn gets it done in a variety of ways. Just,
With Pete Dunne, it's all about punishing his opponent, and he's a master at it.
Shoulders down, crossface, and a count of 2.
Quickly on top of the last King of Scotland. Again, applying pressure.
Wolfgang's got to try to somehow use his power. This is a good start right here.
Standing switch with the waistlock by Wolfgang, and Dunn trying to break that vice-like grip, and again attacking the fingers of Wolfgang, allowing the reversal into the hammerlock.
If this becomes a technical matchup, I do believe that Dunn would have the advantage.
And Wolfgang has the edge and experience, however, as he employs the cravat. Nice reversal.
Wolfgang kept it. He kept it.
But look at the attention, the detail by Wolfgang, keeping that grip.
You must need to eat my words. They're coming around to a beautiful three-quarter Nelson.
Wolfgang fancies himself as the regulator, the man in charge.
Took his eye off his opponent, though, didn't he? That's a mistake.
And of course, we've seen the rise of another Scott. Drew McIntyre's the NXT champion. Will Wolfgang join him as United Kingdom champion? Pete Dunne, of course, the Bruiserweight, the champ. Oh, a nice takedown by Wolfgang. Not just taking him down, Nigel. It's taking him down with authority. Now, gut wrench. Wow.
That's going to sap some of the energy of Dunne, without a doubt.
Now keep in mind, too, Mauro, our NXT champion, Drew McIntyre, helped train Wolfgang slightly. And he sees what Drew McIntyre's done, climbs to the top of the mountain as NXT champion. He wants to follow suit.
Running cross-body into the corner by Wolfgang, and now Dunne snapping the fingers.
Could have dislocated one of the fingers.
Slingshot. Oh, and the DDT on the apron. Wolfgang's forehead just bounced off the apron. And the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne in control as he defends the United Kingdom Championship on NXT.
NXT is the next generation, and the next generation has arrived.
NXT, the future is now.
We are live at Full Sail University. Over the last year, NXT has grown into a major force. NXT is taking over.
You could be looking at some future Hall of Famers competing here tonight.
How impressive and how exciting the future of WWE is.
NXT redefined the sports entertainment landscape.
The future is now.
NXT, the future is now. Available now online or wherever books are sold.
This could be catastrophic. Here we go. The monster among men. The beast. These two behemoths are gonna lock horns. Brock Lesnar. Braun Strowman.
You're watching the United Kingdom Championship match between the champion, the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne, the challenger Wolfgang, and Dunne utilizing every part of Wolfgang's anatomy.
Oh, double wrist lock with a body scissors. Tough to get it fully extended from that angle, but a lot of damage done to the shoulder joint. Could cause some AC separation.
Well, first he's got to try to find a way to dispose of Dunn. Here we go.
Wow, that's a very aesthetically pleasing way with the suplex. And he shows off his power.
I said it early, he had to get to the power, and that's what he did.
We talk about his power, let's not forget his speed. For a big man, the last King of Scotland can move.
Extremely agile, yep.
Over 250 pounds. Oh, and 250 pounds crashing into Pete Dunne. But Dunne follows up with an enziguri in the corner to Wolfgang. The Bruiserweight Express gets taken down by Wolfgang.
Wolfgang coming down here like a Mike linebacker, running through a running back.
Damage done perhaps to the shoulder though.
On Wolfgang hero. Are you kidding me? 6'1", 255 pounds, wiping out Pete Dunne at ringside.
That's what it takes when the UK title is on the line.
I told you he could move.
Wow, can he ever moonsault out of the corner?
The champ will be in trouble.
Looking to become the new United King champion. And Dunne kicks out.
Look at the height that Wolfgang gets. Tope con hilo all the way over the top rope.
And Pete Dunne in a vulnerable position. His United Kingdom Championship reign in a tenuous position. But Dunne with the counter vertical suplex.
That X-plex release suplex stops Wolfgang dead in his tracks. What's Dunne thinking here? That's a long way.
Wolfgang's up to his feet and he cuts off Dunne with that right hand. Wolfgang not afraid to put his body in peril for the greater good. The WWE United Kingdom Championship delayed superplex by Wolfgang. And will this be enough to crown a new United Kingdom champion?
We've seen Wolfgang beat people before with this move, if he can hit it.
This could be it. The champion is in trouble.
Senton bomb, the howling. But look at the reversal by Dunne immediately.
Dunne was lying in wait, looking for a cross arm breaker. Doesn't have it fully extended.
You gotta think that was the same swanton that beat Tyler Bate.
He's trying for a triangle now, but he doesn't have it in deep.
Oh, the power of Wolfgang, single arm. Oh, and the agility of Dunne on display. Oh, crashes that forearm into the jaw, and there's a big boot to the face of Dunne. Step up enziguri by Pete Dunne. Pop-up power slam by Wolfgang. Do we have a new United Kingdom champion? No.
That was close. Wolfgang can't believe it. What an opportunity. Dunne is prone in the center, having trouble breathing. Wolfie, you will not get another opportunity like this. Make the most of it.
He's got to capitalize now.
Wolfgang feels that he's on the verge of becoming the new United Kingdom champion. Not if Pete Dunne has anything to say about a German release suplex. Oh, wow, and Wolfgang turns Dunne inside out with that clothesline. Pop up, that time well started by Dunne. He just plants the point of the elbow into the jaw of Wolfgang. Pump handle.
Got it! The bitter end!
And it is the bitter end for Wolfgang.
Your winner, and still the WWE United Kingdom Champion, Pete Dunne!
A fantastic match. The NXT Universe showing their appreciation. Hard-fought battle with Pete Dunne retaining the WWE United Kingdom Championship. Let's not forget, Pete Dunne is only 23 years of age.
23 years of age, but already what some people would call a veteran.
Yeah, it's amazing. 11 years in sports entertainment, traveling all over the world. In fact, 14 countries he's competed in.
Let's take a look here. Wolfgang looking for the howling, but Dunn was lying in wait and looking instead for that cross arm breaker. He didn't get it, but the match would continue. Here, Wolfie picking up the smaller man into the power slam. Got close, but just 2 7/8. It wasn't enough. And then down the line, looking a little tired. Forearm from Dunn. And here, hooking up the bigger man. Pump handle, picks 255 pounds, drops him in the center. He calls it the bitter end. It certainly was a bitter end for Wolfgang.
So an impressive championship defense for the UK champion. Pete Dunne. No, what the? Not again!
What is this?
What? Exploding on this opportunistic triumph at Adam Cole. Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, the numbers too strong, but here comes Wolfgang.
There's Wolfie.
It's NXT against O'Reilly, Cole, and Fish.
I guess you can't blame them. They're just trying to survive.
It doesn't matter who you are. But wait, what? The United Kingdom champion Pete Dunne, after Wolfgang came to his rescue.
He sure didn't have to.
Well, Pete Dunne's not stupid.
Pete Dunne leaving Wolfgang. Oh, wait. Oh. Of course, all he wants is the United Kingdom Championship. Wolfgang be damned to the eyes of Pete Dunne. And meanwhile, the chaos reigns, the carnage, courtesy of O'Reilly, Fish, and Adam Cole. What is their MO in NXT?
Cold-blooded.
Oh! Shining wizard from Adam Cole on the helpless Wolfgang.
And again, the hit and run tactics of these three individuals.
They said they're taking over.
O'Reilly, Cole, and Fish.
These guys have been nothing but absolute trouble since stepping foot here in NXT.
And it has only just begun.
They have brought the mayhem to NXT.
This is our NXT. Undisputed, there's no one else.
Referring to themselves as undisputed while comes Trent Seven and Tyler Bate.
It doesn't matter who you are. Fish, O'Reilly, and Cole will take it to you.